Okay, in lesson 18, this is puzzle 8 specifically, but we're practicing our functions, and we're going to have nested functions in this lesson. Nested functions are similar to nested loops, where if you remember, nested loops have loops inside of loops. In this case, we're going to have functions inside of functions. So we have a couple given to us. We have draw square. And drawing a square is simply, we're just going to draw an individual square. With that function, we created a new, or we declared a new function called draw a line of squares, where we draw a square and we move forward, and we're going to do that 3 times. That'll create 3 different squares. Let's actually go ahead and call that function. Okay, draw a line of squares. And I just want you guys to kind of understand the terminology I'm using. So you heard me say declare and draw the functions. So on the right side, what we're doing here, we're declaring, oops, let me use a different color. What we're doing is we're declaring the function, meaning we're kind of describing the function, and that's called declaring the function. We're going to describe, declare. We're describing and naming it. So we're describing and naming the functions. On the left side, when we use it, we're calling the functions where we use it. We're calling it up, or we're using the function. Okay, so let's go ahead and declare a new function. What we're going to do is we're going to have a new function where we're going to create the staggered squares, or yeah, we're going to create a staggered square. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare a new one. We're going to call it, let's just call it staggered squares, or draw staggered squares. Okay, and what, instead of just one line of these 3 squares, we're going to have all 6 squares. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to draw the original 3 squares, and we're going to call on the function, where is it, draw a line of squares. So we're calling this line of squares, and so we're just going to call this line of squares. Okay. And to finish the staggered squares, because all we're doing is we're using this function, we're going to go ahead and turn, I believe, turn right 9 degrees. Let's go ahead and try that out. Turn right 9 degrees. Yeah, I think it should be 180, but let's go ahead and try it out. We're going to go ahead and draw another line of squares. Oops, I forgot to change it. We're going to draw another line of squares. And we have the staggered squares.